So I'd like to go over security of scalerX AI agents. It's an important topic since once you create your scalerX agent, it's important to secure it so that only people or channels or groups that need to have access to your agents. And I'd like to go over a tutorial of how to actually do this. So if you go again to our page, let's go to scalerX AI. And on our main page, and let's click on Launch Now. This should take you to the scalerX bot factory where you created an agent. So again, in this video, we assume that you have your agent already deployed. And if you haven't already done so, please, we have other videos that shows you how to actually create a new agent. But in this video, we assume that you already have your agent created. So once you're in the bot factory, scalerX bot factory, just select menu and click on list, and you're going to see all your agents listed. Now here I have a bunch of them. So let's go through one of these agents and I'll show you how you would actually secure it. So let's click on this agent, the investment bot. Once you click on that, you're going to have option to edit. Let's select edit. And here you have multiple options to select. The one that you want to go to for security is the permissions. So let's select permissions. Now, once you're here, initially you're going to have several options. You're going to have owner, everyone. Now, owner is a set of permissions, and let's select that. That's a set of permissions that applies to you as the creator, as the maker of the agent. So this basically says the owner, that you can send requests, that you can talk to the agent, and specify some daily limits and quotas that applies to you. How many daily requests that you can send, how many images you can, whether you can create images, and also how many images that you can generate a month, and whether you can actually upload files to the bot for analysis or for interaction. So let's go back, and you can adjust them by just selecting each one. You can change these limits for yourself as the creator. So that's for the owner. For everyone else, you have an option to select this. Now, keep in mind, by default, when you create your bot, everyone has permission to your agent. So if you don't want that, you may want to adjust this permission and actually say, no, I don't want everybody to have access to this bot. So is user allowed to send requests? No. We're going to change this, and in this case, we disallow everybody else from accessing your agent. So this is an important first step that you may want to do. Again, it really depends on your intentions, if you want everybody to use your bot versus not. Now, typically, what we recommend is you deactivate everyone from accessing unless you want everybody to use your bot, and then add to specify specific people or groups to add to access your agent. So let's just say we want to add permission to the bot. So we disconnected everybody from accessing your agent, and now we want a very specific access to certain individuals or groups or channels. Now, once you're here, you'd be able to select two options. One is user. So that's for an individual user. If you want to give access to a specific person, so you would click on the user option. If you want to give access to a group or a channel, you would select group or channel option. So let's go over, let's say, group. I created an agent, I disconnected, I disallowed everybody from accessing it. Now I want to add permission for a specific group to access this agent. So let's select group. And what you want to do is you want to add username of that handle of that specific group. So let's say I type in scalerX AI. That's one of the groups that's available. And I want to be able to send that to the agent and create the ACL entry or permission entry, access control entry for this specific group. So now I click on add new. And now I have my permission not yet created. It just tells me what I need to do, but you're going to have to click done to finish it. But the idea is you're going to create that entry for that group, and it's going to give you instructions. So it's not finished yet. You're going to have to take that token, add that bot to the group, and then send that specific activation token through the group to the bot so that the group gets activated within your bot permissions. So this is an important step. If you don't follow this step here, your bot will not be responding to messages within this specific group. So let's click on done, and we completed the setup for this specific to give access to the scalerX AI group. Now let's go through the process of setting up for a user. So let me delete this one, select remove. Let's again go through add a user. Now here, I'm going to do the same thing, but here I'm going to give it to the specific user. Again, the difference is the initially we set it up for a group. This is for an individual. So if you want to give a specific person, you're going to have to add individual permissions for each of these people, because we've turned off the everyone permission. So let's add that. Now it tells me that just to verify that permission, and let's add new. Now, just as with group, it gives me an activation token. So send that activation token to that user. So they're going to have to talk to the bot, and their first request should be this specific activation token. So in order for the scalerX AI individual to communicate with this bot, they're going to have to talk to the bot and then send this specific token. So you're going to have to communicate that externally. Again, completed and done. Now, once you create this permission, you can select it and you can adjust the limits. So for example, you want to give a permission to that user or group, but you want to limit their usage. In this case, you can decide whether you want them to be able to generate images, so that's a text-to-image feature, how many requests they can do on a daily basis, and also how many monthly images they can create, as well as how many size of the files they can upload. So that could be controlled through all of these options. And that's how you set up security. And again, in a summary, process fairly simple. Make sure, we're assuming you already have your agent created. And if so, just select your agent, edit permissions, and then adjust the owner and everyone. You may want to set the owner to false or true, depending again whether you want to give everybody permission, and then add your permissions to groups or channels. And that's really how the permission and security works within scalerX.